Your silence after his rejection isn't what he expected. He thought you'd cry, beg, maybe even break. He thought walking away from you would feel like victory, like closing a door he controlled. But here's what's unraveling him right now. Silence isn't. Emptiness is the most devastating presence you could have left behind. Because silence doesn't argue. It doesn't plead. It doesn't give him the war he prepared for. Instead, it does something far more dangerous. It leaves him alone with the echo of his own choice. And that echo is growing louder in a mind that suddenly has no distraction from the weight of what he's done. Right now, somewhere in the hollow hours between night and morning, he's lying awake with a question that won't let him rest. Why isn't she fighting for this? And beneath that question is something even more terrifying. What if she never needed me the way I thought she did? Your silence isn't saying you don't care. It's whispering something far more haunting. That you care about yourself more. And that revelation is shattering the story he told himself when he let you go. Here's the truth that lives beneath the surface of every rejection. He didn't just walk away from you. He walked away expecting you to follow, expecting tears, expecting proof that losing him mattered enough to break you. Because rejection only feels powerful when the other person crumbles. But you didn't crumble. You disappeared. And disappearing is not defeat. It's alchemy. It's taking your love, your energy, your light, and pulling it back into yourself, where he can no longer reach it. And now he's standing in the cold wake of that absence, realizing that the warmth he took for granted isn't coming back. Psychologists say we don't know what we have until it's gone. But that's only half true. We don't know what we had until we realize it's thriving without us. And that's what's killing him. The thought that you're not just surviving. You're blooming in soil he'll never touch again. Every day you stay silent. You're not punishing him. You're protecting the sacred space where you're healing lives. But to him, that silence feels like drowning, like reaching for something that was always there and finding only air. Your silence is rewriting everything he believed about himself, about you, about the power he thought he held. When he rejected you, he cast himself as the leading role, the one who decides, the one who walks away, the one who moves on first. But silence has a way of flipping the script, because the person who walks away with grace holds the real power. And grace doesn't beg, grace doesn't chase, grace doesn't perform. It's paying for an audience of one. Grace simply closes the door quietly and never looks back. And that quiet closing is louder than any scream you could have given him. Right now, he's replaying moments he never valued when he had them. The way you listened when he spoke. The way you showed up without being asked. The way you loved him in the language he didn't bother to learn. Those moments are haunting him now because absence is the cruelest teacher. It shows us the beauty we ignored while we were busy looking elsewhere. And he's looking, now, desperately, frantically, scrolling through memories like a man searching for proof he didn't destroy something irreplaceable. But every memory just confirms what his heart already knows. He did. Let me tell you what's happening inside him. In the parts he'll never show you. There's a war raging between his ego and his heart. His ego says, I made the right choice. I'm better off. His heart whispers back, and why does it hurt? And that whisper is growing into a roar. Because you can silence a voice that argues with you, but you can't silence the one that simply stops speaking. He's imagining you now, not crying, not broken, but whole, maybe even happy. And that image is unbearable. He's thinking, what if someone else sees what I couldn't? What if another soul recognizes the light I dimmed? What if she's laughing now, and it's not for me? These thoughts aren't just painful, they're suffocating, because he can't control what he can't see. And your silence has made you invisible to his influence. If you're feeling this deeply, if these words are landing in places you thought no one could reach, then you're exactly where you need to be. Subscribe and turn on notifications, because the next parts will take you even deeper into the poetry of letting go and the power of becoming whole. This is where healing meets truth, and truth will set you free. Your silence isn't passive. It's a revolution happening quietly in your soul. It's the sound of a woman choosing herself after a lifetime of choosing everyone else first. It's the exhale after holding your breath for someone who never noticed you were drowning. And revolutions don't announce themselves. They simply shift the ground beneath everything that came before. He's feeling that shift now, even if he doesn't have words for it. He might reach out, a random text, a like on something old, a question wrapped in casual indifference. But these aren't signs of love returning. These are signs of a man testing if the door he slammed is still open, testing if the heart he broke is still waiting. Don't mistake his curiosity for clarity. Don't mistake his fear for growth. He's not reaching out because he finally sees your worth. He's reaching out because your absence is forcing him to feel the cost of not seeing it sooner. And feeling is uncomfortable for someone who chose convenience over connection. Your silence only works if it remains unbroken. The moment you respond, you hand back the pen he used to write your story. Keep it. Write your own ending. One where you're the hero, not the footnote. Here's the paradox that's tearing him apart. The same silence that's destroying him is the thing rebuilding you. While he's drowning in regret, you're learning to breathe again. While he's replaying what he lost, you're discovering what you've gained. Yourself, your peace, your power. And there's a beauty in that exchange that he'll never touch. Because beauty born from pain is sacred. It doesn't perform. It doesn't prove itself. It simply exists, radiant and untouchable. He's starting to see you differently now, not as the person who loved him, but as the person who loved herself enough to leave. And that version of you terrifies him, because that version doesn't need his validation, doesn't wait for his approval, doesn't shrink to fit his limitations. That version of you is whole, and wholeness is magnetic in a way brokenness never was. Psychologists talk about the scarcity principle. We desire most what we can't have, but this isn't about games or strategy. This is about truth. You're not scarce because you're hiding. You're scarce because you're healing, and healing makes you rare, precious, unreachable to anyone who doesn't know how to honor what's holy. Let's talk about the weight he's carrying now, the one he didn't expect when he made his choice. Regret is a quiet violence. It doesn't announce itself with drama. It seeps in slowly, filling every corner of his mind until there's no room left for anything else. He lies awake at night, and the silence is deafening. Not your silence anymore, his own. The silence of a man who realizes too late that he confused freedom with loneliness. He thought letting you go would open doors. Instead, it closed the one that mattered most. And now he's standing outside that door, knowing he can't knock, knowing you've already walked too far down a hallway he'll never find. This is the cost of taking someone for granted, not the loss itself, but the knowing you had something real and treated it like it was replaceable, knowing someone loved you with their whole heart and you handed it back like it was optional, knowing that the one who got away didn't run. She simply stopped chasing someone who kept walking ahead without looking back. Your silence is teaching him what his actions never could. That love isn't a given. That presence is a gift. That some doors, once closed, don't open again. So here's the final truth. The one that will carry you forward long after this pain fades into memory. Your silence after his rejection isn't cruelty. It's self-love in its purest form. It's you saying, I will not beg for a place in someone's life. I will not audition for love that should be freely given. I will not break myself into pieces small enough to fit someone's narrow vision of who I should be. You chose yourself. And that choice, that single act of radical self-preservation, is changing everything. Whether he comes back or not, you've already won. Because you didn't lose yourself in the process of losing him. You found yourself. You remembered that your worth isn't measured by who stays or who leaves. It's measured by how you treat yourself when everyone else walks away. He thought rejecting you gave him power, but your silence revealed the truth. The power was always yours. You just forgot for a moment, and now you remember. Now you know that the love you gave him so freely belongs first to you. that the energy you poured into someone who couldn't hold it deserves a container strong enough to honor it. And that container is you. So let him sit with his choice. Let him feel the full weight of what he's lost, because you're not coming back to save him from his own consequences. You're too busy saving yourself, building a life so beautiful that his absence becomes irrelevant, becoming so whole that his return would be a distraction, not a destination. Your silence isn't destroying him. His choices are. You just stopped absorbing the damage, and in that stopping, you found your freedom. Welcome to Psychology Routine. If you've ever loved someone who couldn't see you, if you've ever chosen yourself after being unchosen, if you're ready to turn your pain into power, subscribe now, because you're not here by accident. You're here because your soul knows it's time to come home to yourself, and we'll walk that path together, one truth at a time.